The book of Ezekiel chapter 8 verse number 14, where it says, in fact, I'll start in verse 13. And he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. Verse 14. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
They see women weeping for Tammuz. Tammuz is the virgin child of Babylon that they're claiming was plagiarized by the Bible. When the Bible is showing that worship as an abomination. See, even you Christians, you need to be able to clear those inconsistencies up. You people that believe in Christ, who are losing all these arguments by these Kemetic people and atheists and all that. Mother and child, Christ and Mary have nothing to do with the Babylonian pagan mother and child, folks. The Bible is against that virgin child, Tammuz. Okay? That virgin child that was prophesied to come according to the Bible is different than the ancient Babylonian virgin child, because that virgin in the Old Testament means maiden. A young woman of marriageable age, whether she's married or not, is the correct definition of virgin. It's not the same virgin of ancient Babylon and Egypt, folks. So the Bible tells you the worshiping of that virgin child Tammuz is an abomination. And that is the virgin child that's being upheld and worshiped by the papacy, the Roman Catholic Church. That's the new Christ that was taught in the new world. Come on.
Verse 15. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these.
Here's another abomination.
And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord.
Their backs was against the temple of the Lord. They turned their back on the temple.
And their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun toward the east.
And they worshiped the sun towards the east. The priests began to worship the sun. Our priests began to set up Sunday worship, folks. Now, these are things Christians are doing in the name of Christ ignorantly. Ignorantly. You don't know. You let them just tell you anything. Well, Christ rose on the first day of the week. Let me give you a few first day of the week scriptures, because you don't know anything. You haven't researched, and therefore profane the Sabbath. Use Christ to profane the Sabbath. And now we're going to set up a new day, a Babylonian day, a satanic day, first day of the week, that rivals the seventh day of the week, which was established in creation by our Creator. And here's the irony of all this. This is what perplexed me. They're breaking all of God's laws in the name of Christ. The Most High set up. No, look now. The Most High made Christ now. Let's make this clear. Christ is an entity from the Father. Okay? The Most High made him to create. So now what the Christians are saying, that Christ came to undo everything that was established by the Father. A lie, folks. We're going to clear it all up today. But let's go back to the Apocrypha here.
Yes, sir. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse number 16.
Come on.
Thus, in process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law. Engraven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
So now the Romans, according to this prophecy, began to uphold a new commandment as a law. Now, mind you, we're looking at a new commandment outside of the commandments written in the same Bible. There was a commandment in Exodus the 20th chapter to remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy. Exodus 20:8. So now they would make a new commandment. No longer will we observe the Sabbath, which is the Israelites' holy day under their God. Now today they try to make it seem like, oh, you deal with the Sabbath? Don't the Jews do that? No, that's garbage, folks. That's garbage what they're trying to claim, that only Jews should worship the Sabbath. All 12 tribes, the whole nation, hallowed the Sabbath day. Not just Judah. Jew is short for Judah, or those of Judea. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It wasn't just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi following the Sabbath. All of us hallowed the Sabbath from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Christ never undid that.